Hey, let's do 30 minutes of abs, core, Pilates, etc. Ham Preston. Let's get right into a warm-up. So glad you can join me today outside on this beautiful day. Starting with the warm-up, we start with some cat and cow movements. So come down to your mat, come to all fours. We'll start with rounding the back, pushing the mat away for the cat. Inhale, look up, arch the back for the cow. We'll do one more cat and one more cow. Today, all you will need is a mat and some water. Walk your hands to the front of the mat, drop your pelvis down, push up, look up, exhale, squeeze the butt. That's the warm-up. Let's get right into a plank. Come up to strong plank position, either straight arm or forearm plank. Make sure that your butt is in line with your shoulders, your abs are engaged, tight core, pushing the mat away, all 10 fingers nice and wide. Squeeze the shoulder blades together slightly, slight bend in the elbows. You could also come down to your forearms, but bring your butt with you so you're still making that straight line from your butt to your shoulders. And we're just going to hold here for another 30 seconds. We start and end each core routine with a plank. Every time we do the plank, we increase for 1 second. We add on 1 second to the plank. I think we're up to 1 minute and 19 seconds, maybe? I forgot what that said. Today we are strengthening the core using a lot of Pilates movements. Alright, spine twist with leg extension. Another way to say that is crisscross. Let me zip up my pockets, lie on down. Lower back in the mat, bring the legs to tabletop at first, hands behind the head nice and wide. We extend one leg out long as we twist open to the other leg. Elbow to opposite knee. Twisting, keeping the head, neck, and shoulders curled off the mat. We do each exercise for about 1 minute and 13 seconds or so. I'm keeping my lower back on the mat. I'm trying to get that opposite armpit to opposite knee. My opposite leg is really stretching nice and long as I twist side to side, really stretching that leg. All routines are AI generated, and this one came up with an interesting name for an exercise we do frequently on the channel. Spine twist with leg extension. All right, bicycle with a toe tap. Let's do this by bringing our legs up to 90 degrees. We're going to bicycle our legs, and as we lower one leg, we're going to tap the toe on the mat, then drag it in, and then the other leg taps down, drags in. So huge bicycles. At one point, you want to try and make the capital letter L or like a K shape with your legs before tapping the toe down, dragging it in. Keep your lower back glued to the mat. Go nice and slow. Let's reverse our bicycle, other direction. Really reach forward with the leg before reaching it up. It's a beautiful day outside today. Nice and sunny, not a cloud in the sky. We are outside working on the core. 30 minutes or so. Nice work. All right, let's lie down on our right side. Side lying leg circles. Right side, or doesn't matter which side you lie down on. I'm actually going to lie down on my left side so I can work the right leg, but it doesn't matter. We'll do the other side in a little bit. So Stack your hips, straight line with the spine. The head could support the hand can support the head. We just do small little circles about the size of a small dinner plate, pointing the toe, and then we will reverse the circles in a couple of seconds. All right, let's reverse that other direction. Nice long pointed toe. So I'm really focused on reaching my toe, my leg out. All right, we'll do the other side in a few, but for now let's do a pelvic lift. Lie on down, lower back glued to the mat to start, arms down by your side. Inhale while your pelvis is on the mat. Exhale, push through the heels, pelvis up to the sky. Squeeze the glutes, nice pelvic lift. Inhale on the way down, touching each vertebrae, feeling each vertebrae, and then exhaling, tilting, tucking the pelvis under, pushing through the glutes, lifting the pelvis up to the sky, and then at the top, inhale, and exhale, lowered back down. Your feet are hip distance apart. Your knees are also hip distance apart, maybe a little bit less than hip distance, but you really want to focus on feeling each vertebrae touch and leave the mat, and then come peel off the mat on the way up. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing great. If not, I hope this routine puts a smile on your face. All right, we'll do some scissors. We'll do horizontal and vertical. We'll start with the vertical, up and down. So curl your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Lift the legs up to the sky. Lower one leg down like we were doing for the bicycles. And you switch your legs. Go at your own pace. Keep the head, neck, and shoulders curled up. And then about halfway through, we'll switch to the horizontal scissors. So I'm only lowering and lifting to where my lower back can stay securely on the mat. No lower back arching off the mat, always in contact. Let's do scissors horizontally, so I'm slicing my legs left and right. You could also lower and lift your legs for a little extra added challenge. You could also raise your arms up to the sky. Try and keep the torso nice and still as you do whatever movement you're doing. You're looking at your belly button or your inner thighs with your shoulder blades just barely touching the mat. Nice work. Let's try some open leg rocker. First, we come to a tabletop position. Straighten your legs as much as you can today. Then inhale on the way back, rock forward. Try and keep the legs straight and open. No matter how straight you can keep your legs, it doesn't matter. But what does matter is keeping your legs open, about as wide as your mat. You only roll back to the tips of your shoulder blades, back and forth. Inhale on the way back, exhale on the way forward. Try and keep the legs nice and straight. Or in tabletop, it doesn't matter, but just keep your legs open. Maybe hold behind your thighs. Only rolling back to the tips of your shoulder blades and back up. Whoop. Almost rolled all the way over on that one. Do the best you can. All right. Quadruped plank with alternating limb lift. So a quadruped plank is like this, and then alternating limb lift will alternate raising our right leg back, left arm forward. Let's drive our knee into our elbow, then back down, then switch that left leg back, right arm forward. Try and keep the abs lifted as you do the entire movement. You should try and create a straight line, again, from your butt to your shoulders. Hips should be level. So imagine you had 2 cups of water, one on your right hip, one on your left hip. The goal is to keep both of those cups from falling over. Wind feels good. Breeze feels good. And that's enough of that. All right, side laying leg circles for the left leg this time. So come down. So I'm lying on my right side. I'm going to work my left leg. Stack your legs. Your legs should be the same length. If not, roll your hips forward or backwards. Lift that leg up, left leg up to hip height in small little circles. Focusing on about a dinner size plate. Point your toe, small circles in one direction, then halfway through, we'll reverse that for the other direction. All right, let's reverse the dinner plate sized circle. So I'm focused on reaching that leg, keeping my abs pulled in, focusing on that straight line from my feet to my shoulders. My shoulder blades are kind of retracted. My hand is behind my ear. Nice. All right, reverse crunch. So it's getting to that time of year where the floor is getting hotter and hotter. Let's raise our legs up to the sky, arms down by our side, legs glued together, and then we just lift our hips a couple of inches off the mat by using our core to curl our hips off the mat. So you don't really need to go very far for this small range of motion. Try and focus on curling that tailbone off the mat using mostly your abs. Of course, you could use your hands and your arms to kind of support you and give you a little extra lift. That's okay. Exhale on the curl up. Inhale whenever you need to. Nice work. All right, roll back with a bridge. So first we'll start seated. Let me turn around this way. We'll start seated upright. We'll roll back to a bridge. So either hands behind the thighs or arms out in front of you. Roll back as slow as you can, vertebrae by vertebrae. Then when your head gets to the mat, move your feet closer to your butt. Push through your heels, squeeze your butt up to a bridge. And then we roll up and then roll back. Feet underneath the knees. You could leave the arms up to the sky if you want the entire time. Or you can use behind your thighs to help you roll up. Totally up to you. Last 10 seconds, rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae, nice and slowly, and then into that strong bridge. All right, nice work. On your screen, you should have some number of crunches with some number of bicycles. You could do that number, or you could follow along with me, or you can make up your own number. So I'm going to do 4 crunches, hands nice and wide behind the head. 4 crunches. Legs to tabletop, 4 bicycles. I'll actually just keep my legs in that tabletop while I do the crunches. It just makes it more convenient. And then 4 bicycles or crisscross, whatever you want to call this one. So my elbows are nice and wide. I stay curled up for the duration of the entire exercise, never dropping onto my shoulder blades. My shoulder blades are barely touching. I'm twisting and extending that leg, really reaching far and long. And then for the crunches, small little crunches, looking at the belly button or the inner thighs. Nice work. All right, straight leg roll up. So we are going to straighten our legs, glue them together, arms up to the sky. Take a nice big inhale, hamstrings into the mat. Exhale, slowly roll up. Maybe give yourself a nice stretch. And then shoulders down and back, arms parallel with the ground as you roll back, touching each vertebrae. And then when your head touches the mat, your arms are back up towards the ceiling. So I exhale, big exhale on the way up. Give myself a nice stretch. Then roll it back down. I have my feet flexed. I create that C shape with my spine on the roll up and on the roll down. I try and resist gravity on the way down. And then on the way up, I try and resist that momentum. Keeping the legs straight, glued together. Nice work. All right, side plank with hip lift with the right leg up to the sky. Let me figure this one out. How do I want to do this? Where do I want to put my mic? Okay, so I'm on my left. My elbow is underneath my shoulder. I'm going to stack my legs one on top of another. Lift the hips up to the sky, maybe the arm up too, and the right leg up as well. And you just hold that there. If this is too much for you, you can keep the right leg down. You could stagger the feet, and you can lower the hips if you need to take a quick breather. We'll do the other side in a few. So try and keep that right leg up to hip height for as long as you can. There's no shame in taking a quick break, but please do challenge yourself to hold this side plank up with the right leg up for as long as you can. All right, single straight leg with toe reaches. So we'll do the right leg for half. Or are we doing the right leg? Let's see here. Right. Okay, so we'll do the right for this round, left next round. So right leg up to the sky, crunch up, reach for the toe as much as you can, and then roll back down. So you can continue to roll up if you want to reach for the toe, or you can just do small crunches as the exercise says. Reach for the toe and back down. So you can do this version, or you can climb up your legs sitting all the way up, try and touch your toes, and then roll it back down. But do try and keep that leg nice and straight. Try and crunch up and reach for the toes. We'll do the other side in a couple of rounds. Or you can crawl up your leg as much as you can. All right, let's practice some teaser preparations. We do that we'll start with our legs in tabletop, head down to the mat, arms behind our head. We'll sweep the arms around as we curl up and sit up, balancing at that tabletop position. From this position, you can keep the arms straight out. You could straighten your legs up. You could bring them back to tabletop. You could have the arms straight up. Whatever feels good for your arms. Legs rolling back down, legs to tabletop, arms behind your head, sweep them back around. Curl up to that tabletop position or straight leg. or arms wherever feels good. And then slowly try and come back down to the mat, legs in the tabletop. Nice work. A few more seconds on these. Nice. All right, so we have the side plank this time. The top leg will be the left leg, so I'm on my right. Setup is key here so you don't fall over. Right elbow is underneath the right shoulder, probably more than you think you need to have it. Legs are the same length. Step one, you lift your legs, or you lift your hips up for that side plank. You can lift your arm up, then that left leg up, and you just hold that left leg up to hip height as you keep on lifting those hips. This is a long one, so it's okay to take a break. But as I said earlier, do try and challenge yourself. 20 more seconds to go. We could hold it for 10 more seconds. And gently lower it down. Flip on over for some tabletop toe taps. Tabletop toe taps. Say that 5 times fast. First you bring your legs to tabletop, and then let's place our head down on the mat. Second, let's have our lower back in the mat, arms down by your side, legs to tabletop. Then move your feet away from your body. Keep your knees bent as you lower your toes. Tabletop toe crunches. So the toes just barely tap the mat. The legs stay glued together. The lower back stays connected with the mat. And your focus here is to move those thighs away from your body, keeping your knees bent and tapping the toes before you bring them back to tabletop. The focus here is to keep your lower back flat against the mat. You don't want it arching off the back or off the mat. All right, let's do Pilates 100s with the leg beats instead of the arm beats. Let's try that. So curl your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. You can bring your legs to, since we're doing the leg beats, we'll bring them out to 45 degrees. We'll keep them glued together. Arms just hover a few inches off of the mat. And then we're just going to try and beat our legs up and down. Instead of our arms this time, up and down at your own pace. Just a couple of inches up and down. And if that's too much, you could just do the normal Pilates 100s with your arms. Remember, you could also do those in tabletop position or legs straight up to the sky. Or try beating your legs up and down a couple of inches. And you want to try and focus on keeping your torso as steady as possible. It's harder than it sounds. I wonder if we could beat our arms and our legs at the same time. That's kind of difficult. All right, body soft, flip on over onto a forearm plank. And we will first get that strong forearm plank with the legs together. Straighten the body, tuck the tailbone under, squeeze the abs. And we're just going to saw back and forth using our toes and our forearms to propel ourselves forward and backward. You could also have your arms parallel instead of fists touching. Or you can just hold a forearm plank, focusing on your form, neck nice and long, Head in line with the spine, shoulders in line with the butt. Last 10 seconds. Nice work. All right, full leg raises. So we're going to raise our legs as high and then as low as we can. At the same time, legs glued together. So come down once again, lower back in the mat. Legs up to the sky, arms down by your side. Lower the legs as far as you can without having your lower back arch off the mat. For me, that's about right here. And then lift the legs as high as you can, keeping the legs straight, keeping the legs glued together. Inhale on the lower, exhale as you lift up to the sky. Arms are down by your side. Nice and slow in both directions. Nice work. All right, lean back kicks. Come up to seated. Sit up nice and tall first of all. Lean back a little bit until you feel like you're about to fall over. Drive the knees into the chest and then extend the legs out long. Knees into the chest, legs out long. So you want to lean back until you're about to fall over. Then straighten the legs, glue the legs together. Drive the knees in. The hands could either be in prayer position or down by your side, whatever provides you more support. Keep it going for another 10 seconds or so. And that's that. Our last movement of the day, or non-movement in this case, plank for 1 minute and 22 seconds. Come up to a straight arm plank, forearm plank, whatever plank you want to do. Legs could be together or hip distance apart. Suck the stomach in, push the mat away. Hands underneath the elbows, and the elbows are underneath the shoulders. Try and make a straight line from your butt to your shoulders. Squeeze everything. This is our last exercise. Then we get into a quick cool down. Then I say goodbye. Then you click like on the video. You subscribe to the channel. You tell your friends and family about the great free, absolutely free, will always be free, the great free core workout you got to do today. Only 5 more seconds on this plank. Squeeze everything even harder. That's it. Great job. Let's do a quick cool down. Same movements as the warm-up. Cat and cow. Round the back, push the mat away. Arch the back, look up. One more of each. Nice work. Walk the palms to the front of the mat. Drop the pelvis, look up. Squeeze the butt. One more breath here. Exhale, come back to all fours. And that is it. That was 30 minutes of Pilates, abs, core, you name it. We did it. Thank you so much for joining me today. You did great. I hope to see you again soon. We are live every weekday where we do a different style of exercise. Have a great rest of the day, and I hope to see you again soon. All right, bye now.